Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read for you. It's a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread for your love life this time. Let's find out what's going on. Now, I've made 3 readings here. It's a timeless reading. Whenever you're finding this video, it's good to go. And each of these readings has got a deeper dive to it. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. And there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. That's where you can also find your timestamps to fast forward to your reading. Now, before you do that, you need to know I've got a prize draw for a free full reading with me, private reading with me every single month. The first draw is for those of you that are subscribed to my channel. Click like on this video and then leave a comment. Sorry, the camera just won't catch up. Leave a comment on a video. You can do that as many times as you like on all the videos across my 2 channels, Be Healing Tarot and this Be Healing Pick a Card Tarot channel, including the shorts. To enter as many times as you like doing that. And the second way is by purchasing the deeper dives to these pick a card reads. And as I said, the timeless reading, so it doesn't matter when I brought the video out, it matters when you purchase the deeper dive. So good luck with winning those. So take your pick now. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? Crystal is out with the 10 of Potions. That's the 10 of Cups, the happily ever after card. Or would you like the flower? And that is out with the 2 of Cups, the love match. Or would you like the shell? And the shell is out with the Page of Swords card, the one that's watching you, the one that's got that eye on you. Take a pick now, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new, leave a comment and all of that good stuff. Check out my other channel as well. It's got a daily read on there, today's tarot, every single day of the year, and I also go live 3 times a week in that show as well. I'll pop a link for that up there for that other channel. Would love to have you aboard there too. And so take your pick now, crystal, flower or shell. I will see you in your reading. So if you chose the crystal along with the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot deck, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross spread for your love life and find out what's going on. Now, as usual, if this sounds like it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that deeper dive for even more, that extended reading. If you do, toward the end of the reading, we're popping a link for it up there. And there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So let's get your cards out, find out what's going on in your love life at the moment. Some cards did fall out before, but it was a 2 huge chunks of them, so we can't be taking all of them. And the same thing happened again. Let's try again. I'm going to show you my process here. Okay, we've got 1 out, and I'm feeling like there's more. There we go. 2. So what's this reading all about? Your first card out is the 10 of Potions. That's the 10 of Cups. You're happily ever after. Nice. And the 6 of Candles, being seen to have you happily ever after. So that's a little bit different. You're happily ever after, and then other people noticing that you've got your happily ever after. People don't know what's in our heart, right? So even though you can kind of see if people are happy or not, you can't. I don't know, sometimes people can put on a really good front, can't they? You know, if you're looking at a couple, sometimes we can think that they're really happy when they're not. But anyway, it's something about your happily ever after, and it's something about other people and what they think, other people around you, not what they want for you and all of that kind of thing. So what other people think or what would be your happily ever after and what you think is what it is. I've got something going on. There we go. Sorted it out. I had a hair on my face annoying me. Okay, so what is crossing you? What's hindering you here? The Hierophant, a spiritual lesson. The Magician, what you're manifesting. And the Fool, starting something new. Now, these are like positive cards, but these are the things that are hindering you. So let's take them one at a time. The Hierophant, you've got things to learn. In other words, the spiritual lessons are always about ourselves, right? It's always something to learn about ourselves. So there's something that you think you're going for if you're happily ever after, but it's also got something to do with what other people think too, which kind of hinders, I think, to be seen to be doing well. If we go for that, we're going more for the appearance. We're going for what other people would want for us rather than what our heart really wants, right? So the Hierophant, there's something in this. Perhaps this reading is going to go into what you're asking for, what you think is going to be in your happily ever after, but it's not really what you and your heart wants. It's what all the people around you want. So it's really just to be seen to be doing well. You know, it's like the difference between having like millions of subscribers and having a thriving business. I've got a thriving business, but I don't have millions of subscribers. You can't necessarily tell the state of my business from the clicks of likes and clicks of subscribes on my channels, right? And if I were to just go for likes and subscribers, then my business probably wouldn't thrive, right? So it's like the difference between that. So the Hierophant is, you've got some spiritual lessons to learn about what it is that you're kind of going for and asking for, and what it is that you think you want, what you're manifesting, right? So what you're manifesting isn't necessarily what you think. And the Fool is about taking a risk and starting something new. This is good because you are going to get the right lessons, but I think that's what it is you're going to get, is what you've got going on at the moment is more lesson relationships than exactly what you want. So you're still fine-tuning what it is that you want, even though some of you might think that you know what you want already and you've got that really locked in. This is saying, no, not quite, because you're still trying to please other people. There's still a bit of people-pleasing going on. Okay, so how do things appear on the face of it? How does your love life appear on the face of it at the moment? You could probably answer that better than these cards can. What does it look like is going on at the moment? Justice. Like you are manifesting or on the path to the one that is a true match to you. So you think that what you're asking for at the moment is the true match for you, and you're like, you've figured it out, you've figured out what kind of person would be the true match for you, that kind of thing. Or the person that you've got in front of you is a true match for you. What's really behind that? What's really behind that? There's an element here of knowing what it is that you deserve to. I don't think you guys are too far off, you know. I'm not saying like, oh, you're getting it completely wrong. I don't think you're too far off. I think this is just a matter of paring away that, I'm doing a Muay Thai move there. When someone goes to push kick you, par it. It's about paring away that, the intricacies and the subtleties of people pleasing, of course we care what other people think too. And to some extent, things that we do have to be liked by others in order to be successful. Do you know what I mean? We don't get successful by being contrary to everybody else. But getting even more fine-tuned about what you really want is what this is about. Anyway, what's really behind this is strength. Strength and courage. There's something about you truly being you requires more courage than perhaps you've currently got to be specifically yourself, and walking your own path and being the weirdo that you are in your own lovely way. There's a little bit more courage, a little bit more spiritual lesson to learn here, to fully be that, to fully own yourself and be yourself. I think the older we get, if we are working on ourselves and we've got this self-growth path going on, the older we get, the further down this path we are, the more we are ourselves, like, and we don't care what the rest of the world wants from us. We'll just be ourselves because we're happy being ourselves, you know? It's that kind of thing. That's what's really behind that. So you're not far off, really, but there is some intricacy about you that you're not fully owning and being yet. And it's when you allow your freak flag to fully fly. Say that fast. When you allow your freak flag to fully fly, then you know you're on the right path. Recent past energies. Why are your cards messy? Or is it me? It might be me. Recent past energies for crystals. Recent past energies for crystals. I'm in a really good mood today. It's because I started meditating again yesterday. Meditating 3 times a day, half an hour, morning, middle of the day, evening. Makes me feel really good. 2 of Needles. So the Two of Needles is don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to find somebody. I don't know whether to choose this person or not. I don't know. I don't know what's in alignment or not. I'm not getting clear messages on it. I'm not feeling a hell yeah. I'm not feeling a hell no. I'm just like, no clarity going on at the moment. Don't know what it is that I should do. Should I be dating or not? Should I be like, what should I be doing? Universe, give me a clue. Trying to manifest a partner here. It's that kind of thing. It's the no clue card. Yeah, Two of Needles. I have no clue. What's coming in the near future? What's coming in the near future for crystals, please? What's coming in the near future for crystals, please? I love using these Christmas decks. I might keep that one, the Dark Mansion Tarot out for January. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. We've got the Queen of Candles and the Nine of Potions. Nice. Oh well, the Queen of Candles is it's the Law of Attraction card for me. The Queen of Candles is you being very attractive. So you're attracting to you the energy that you're putting out. Whatever you're putting out, someone else is picking up, kind of thing. And the Nine of Potions is your wishes, right? And your wishes. Nine wishes. So not some of it's romance, some of it's the rest of it. So your wishes are coming in and you're attractive to that. Now, I mentioned that I've started meditating again, which is why I'm in such a good mood. And when we do regular meditation and we get in the flow, what we realize is the path is the path. I mean, we just want to get in the flow because the universe knows what we want and it's just going to have good stuff flying at us. Like one day, abundance and opportunity, and the next day, new friendship and synchronicities, and then the next day, perhaps romance comes in. But you know, the path, it just happens. You get a load of good stuff all the time. You don't need to narrow it down. You don't need to say, well, I want romance by the end of the week. We don't need to like push the path in that direction. The law of attraction is going to work anyway for just a good vibe, you know, good vibe and aligned. It's all going to happen. And so if you broaden the wishes, this is what I'm getting, you see, the Nine of Potions is your wishes coming true, but there's 9 wishes, right? And so just let them come true as they want to fly at you. It's just like, let it all in. Just be an open gate to all the good stuff, receiving all the good stuff. You don't have to narrow it down and say, I only want these things. So you've got really good vibes coming in. You've got this very attractive pattern, and you can hinder that flow by saying, but I didn't want that abundance, and I didn't want a new friend, and I didn't want that synchronicity. I wanted a romantic partner. You know, by being disappointed by it, the flow of all good things and your wishes coming true, that can hinder it. And you're probably not doing it as obviously as that. There's just a little niggling feeling like, oh, I wanted it to be a romantic partner. You know what I mean? When you find someone comes into your life and like, oh, is this my romantic partner? And it's like, no, it's a friend. And there's just that feeling in the background. That's not an aligned feeling. That's not an aligned feeling, right? So try not to narrow down the good stuff that's coming to you. Just be open to it all in the order that the universe wants to bring it to you, in the order that you're more open to it, you know, in the order of your least resistance to it. Because if you just go with the flow and just let all the good stuff in, then you're going to become less and less and less and resistant to everything along the way. So this reading is all about what? 10 of Potions, you're happily ever after, and 6 of Candles, other people kind of people pleasing. What else is it about? It's about King of Presents and the Page of Needles. So there's someone very stable watching you, paying attention to you. Okay, and you also got other cards out. You got the Knight of Potions. Knight of Potions is it's the Knight of Cups along with the 6 of Needles. Okay, so someone moving towards you with romance. Yeah. getting from A to B. So it's like they've got a process to go through to get to you. But they've got their eye on you already, says the Page of Needles. King of Presents. They might be getting into their stability, mastering their stability. You do have something coming. But while you've got something coming, you do need to be sorting out this spiritual lesson of whatever this reading is telling you about. We'll get into it in the deep dive if we don't get deeper into it in this reading. If we don't get specific about it in this reading, I mean, we'll get specific about it in that deeper dive, that extended reading. So, what are your fears? What are your fears? Your fears are the Three of Presents. Three of Presents is about collaborations, it's about other people. So there's a fear here that it's not happening, or other people won't be on the same page, or to get together with them there's going to be a problem to integrate in. You know, there's this, it's like the jigsaw piece is not fitting together. You've got a fear that the jigsaw pieces won't fit together. Now if you're in the flow, you're going to be attracting someone in that's in the flow, and your jigsaw piece is going to fit perfectly together. But like I said before, be open to all good stuff. So if somebody new comes into your life, you could like, oh, they're attractive, this might be my romantic person. If it doesn't turn out to be that, don't then be disappointed about it. You know, that's how we cut ourselves off from the flow. So there's this preempting kind of an energy and fear of your jigsaw pieces not fitting together. So when someone does come in, it's like, oh, it's not gonna be able to work. You know, it's that kind of thing. There's a belief that you've got that it's not going to work anyway. Someone comes in and it just won't work. It just won't work. That's like a belief, like once we get to a certain age and we really know ourselves and we're really living our best lives kind of thing, then we're very particular and we're very specific about who we are and all of that. We've got lots of boundaries, and it's like, well, how can anybody fit in with all of that kind of thing? Well, somebody will. Somebody will. You'll be surprised. What are your hopes? The Seven of Candles. For protection. To be like held safe, to be protected. Okay. So it's interesting that, you know, because that shows that there's a bit more healing to do. When that is a hope and a wish that you've got to be protected, it's like no one should want to not be that, right? But when that's the forefront, that shows that there's some healing to do. It shows that you're kind of not feeling safe. Do you know what I mean? Not feeling safe in relationships. So that could indicate some healing there that needs to happen. So let's get your outcome cards out. I'm going to reveal the first outcome card in this reading, the rest, because I'm going to get a progression of outcome cards. So we've got the full story. I have half measures here in this channel. They will be revealed in that deeper dive read, that extended reading, along with cards here. As I said, I'm going to get deeper into what these lessons are that you need to learn and what this healing is as well. Now there's that bit there. Let's get all deeper into this, about your part in it and direction for. But outcome cards first, please. Thank you. Ooh, that's exciting. And if you've got someone showing up in here, which you do, then we'll be getting into their energy in that deeper dive too. We'll get nosy about them, see what they've got to say for themselves, see what's in their energy. Outcome cards, please. What after that? What after that, please? There we go. And then... and then, okay, that, and then, oh, cool, okay, right, so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you've got 7 outcome cards here. Really hard to count these cards because look, the back, it just melts in. Anyway, first card out is the Lover's card. So you do have someone coming in here. Your outcome is a lover. Now, often to me, the Lover's card, it's a relationship, yeah. It's one of romantic intent, yeah. Sometimes it can be surface level, though. It can be, it doesn't have to be, but it could be. Do you know what I mean? You've got someone coming in here anyway, and well, let's see where this leads, shall we? And let's get into their energies too. So if that sounds like it is your story, could be a story, or want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If you do, then I will pop a link for it up there. And there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now. And it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and shell. Click on the crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you entered into the second draw as well. So good luck with winning those, and good luck with all of this if this is where you're leaving me. And if you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I will see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the flower, then this one's for you. Flower and the Dark Mansion Tarot. This one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross Tarot spread for your love life and see what's going on, see what you guys want to talk about. Now, as usual, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with this. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there, and you can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So your cards are already flying out. Let's see what they are for our flowers. You've got the Ace of Pentacles, and you have the Two of Cups. So you've got a love match coming in here, a love offer. Ace of Pentacles, a seed is planted. It feels like a new thing to me, or you're in something at the moment, but it's right at the start. It could be long term. It's looking big with that Ace of Pentacles, something worth investing in, something worth keeping on going with, nurturing that environment kind of thing to grow that seed. So good for you. You've got something going on here. If you haven't at the moment, you're about to. So what is hindering you in all of this? Is anything holding you back right now? What's crossing you? This is a new suitor, Two of Cups. It could be. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, fate. So there's this aspect of you that goes, is this my soulmate? Is it my twin flame? Is it the fated person for me? Right. Because that with the Ace of Pentacles, I was getting, it's worth investing in, it's worth finding out, it's worth spending time on, or spending time with that person. It's just nurturing that seed and seeing where it goes, seeing what it grows into, right? These thoughts of, is this the fated connection for me? Is this the one? Is this my soulmate? Is this the twin flame? That disrupts the natural process of relating with somebody. We don't need to put labels on things. As soon as we put labels on things, we make it mean something that perhaps it's not. We stop ourselves from being open to what it actually is when we put a label on it, right? So in other words, I'm flying you to, I'm putting you in a spaceship, and I'm flying you to a different planet, and there's life on this other planet, but not as we know it, right? So there you go. You arrive on this planet. It's got air, and you can breathe, and gravity, and everything. And so there's these creatures, and straight away you look at it and you go, that's a dog, right? You slapped a label on it straight away. And then you don't get to see, you don't get to experience what that creature really is, because you've put a label on it. It is this. You've put it in a certain bucket, right? And so then you're not open to it seeing something else. This is the way that life goes. With the more constrictive we are, the more that we think that we know what life is, because we are living in a vibrational place, and we are vibrational beings. And science is even proving that we only have access, our senses only have access to part, and it's a small part too of all the vibrations that are around us. So reality that you think it is, there's much more to it than that. And we see this because we've got confirmation bias, is that the more we label things, And the more restrictive we are, and the more that we think that we know how it is, the less we can actually see what is really there. And when we expand our minds and go, well, perhaps I'm not seeing it all, then we get to see new stuff, right? So being open-minded about this relationship is the best place to be, rather than try and give it a label. It's your happily ever after, or your soulmate, or your twin flame, or any of all of that. Just be open to going down this path and seeing what this relationship path is about. It's like meditating and being open to all of the abundance, the path that the universe has laid out of any kind of abundance, you know, whether it's going to be synchronicities or new friend or a new lover or abundance or an exciting opportunity for fun or a new experience. Just being open every single day to following that path, just a path, and just trusting that the universe is going to give you all kinds of good things on it. Not needing to restrict it to one specific thing. It's like, no, I don't want abundance. I just want a relationship. Don't be restrictive with it by labeling it. Because what we do is we do this. Give ourselves blinkers so we can only see one thing. That's why there's so much contradictory science out there. Because that's what they're doing too. They go into an experiment looking for a particular thing because they've got an idea, and then they prove it. And then another scientist goes in looking for another thing because they've got that idea, and then they prove it. Who's right? Both of them. They're both showing that they've got restrictive consciousness. And there's much more out there. The truth is way more expansive. Okay? Have I convinced you? So, how do things appear on the surface of this connection? How do things appear on the surface? The Wheel of Fortune is also the card of luck too. And so even saying that, I'm lucky. It's like, but are you? You know that old story of the farmer and his son. The farmer's got a son. And he's got horses as well. And one of his horses gets free. And the neighbours say, oh, you're so unlucky. And he'll say, we'll see. And then what happens? Something positive happens, and all the neighbours say, oh, you're so lucky. And he says, we'll see. And each thing leads to the next. His son breaks his leg, and the neighbours say, oh, you're so unlucky. And he says, we'll see. And then the country goes to war, and everyone's enlisted, but his son isn't enlisted. And everyone says, oh, you're so lucky that your son broke his leg and isn't gone to war. And he says, we'll see. You know, and it's that. It's the we'll see rather than think you're lucky. Right? Happiness is on the surface. This is how it appears on the surface. Like, but they make me so happy. And I'm like, the Sun card isn't just happiness. It is our inner child being happy. So it's that giddy feeling. It's like, oh, they're so amazing. And I'm like, oh, it's like hyper kind of. It's a kid, you know? Kid at a lolly shop kind of happiness. What's really behind that? So this person's making you giddy happy. Look at these cards. It's so sweet. And what's behind that is the Page of Pentacles. It's just the start of something. It's just the start, right at the start. Page of Pentacles. It could turn out to be anything. And the Page of Pentacles it's just like such a little offering at first. And it should be, and it should be slow to progress and all of that kind of thing for it to be healthy. And so, yeah, don't make a mountain out of a molehill here. Like, don't tell yourself that something is just like you're happily ever after. It's looking positive. They've got really positive cards out here for sure. But you need to be open to see what this is. Now, our love life, our relationship journey is one of, like anything in life, of revealing who we are, of ourselves, our relationship with ourselves, of learning about ourselves. And as such, some relationships are lesson relationships, a lot of them, most of them, all of them. But some of them are solely for that one lesson that we most need right now. You know, when the universe gives us someone, the universe is like, oh, this person was definitely going to show them what they've got going on, you know? And they're good too. You know, like the bad meditations that we have where our mind is just going all over the place. They're good meditations, those. They're not bad ones. That's when we get the most practice of bringing ourselves back. It's when we strengthen that mind muscle the most. Ones that appear the worst. Okay, recent past energies. It's the moon. The moon. So in the unknown and then the Ace of Swords, something new, clarity, start of something new. So you're in the unknown, you were in the, you know, open to anything kind of thing, that moon, something to reveal itself, and then, ta-da, Ace of Swords, something is revealed, someone has revealed themselves, come out of the blue, that's what it is. Someone's come out of the blue, when you were least expecting it, of course. That's going to get you to do the Wheel of Fortune more than ever. It's my soulmate, because I was aligned, and that's when your true love comes along, right? Well, yeah, maybe you're just leveling up to the next step, next lesson, you know? It could be anything, but just embrace it, whatever it is. Energy that's coming in, you got the Queen of Pentacles energy, so you and your stability. You and stability, it's good. Queen of Pentacles, very attractive energy as well. I mean, it's not like Queen of Wands, attractive, law of attraction energy, and very sexually attractive energy, let's put it that way, which is the Queen of Wands. Queen of Pentacles is a nurturing and attractive energy though, but very, very stable. So you solid, you solid. So this reading is about Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. What else is it about? It's not about all of that, because that would be too much. What else is this reading about, please? As beautiful as these cards are, they're very like matte and rubbery, and they stick together. Very difficult to work with, but I just love the artwork on them so much that I will put up with the difficulty in shuffling. They do tend to come out in 2s and 3s and stuff because they stick together so much. So what is this about? Ooh, the King of Cups, the one that loves you. And the Five of Swords. Battles. Page of Wands. Page of Wands is like an exciting proposition right at the start of something. But they love you. The Five of Swords, there's conflict in that. Okay, so they love me not kind of an energy here. It's right at the start and you're trying to see, do they love you or love you not? That's what it feels like to me. Is the love there? So it's like love develops, right? If it's instantly there, it's kind of a bit of a red flag. But yeah, love develops, right? And it's healthy for it to develop. But if you are wary and kind of, what is this? What is this? What is this? Is this love that I'm feeling? No, is it love that they're giving me? Is this person loving me properly? If you're asking those questions too soon, you're not experiencing that relationship as it is. Big, it might appear that I'm being a bit negative in this reading, even though it's a really positive reading. It is a really positive reading. But what I do when I'm doing my readings is when there's something that you need to know about, I will make it extreme, you know, to kind of explain it. These energies are going to be subtle within you for sure. They're going to be subtle, so it's a matter of you picking up on these. Sometimes we've got to do that, right? It's like, oh, I'm feeling a little bit less than happy. What is that feeling? And it's like we've got to focus on it to kind of grow it in a way to notice what it is. That's what I'm doing in here. I don't want to appear to be really negative. I'm just trying to, it's like getting to the juicy bits. Do you know what I mean? And seeing what that's all about. Yeah, I'm picking up on. So what are your fears? So in other words, you just let this be what it is, and then take it slowly and just see what it is and be open. Your fears are the High Priestess, that your intuition is wrong. So that is, my pick is off. So you've got a fear of who you're choosing here. And so you think that when you've had these lesson relationships that you did wrong, that it was a punishment, that you just chose wrong. There was nothing wrong about it. You had a lesson each time. There's a need for you guys to accept that the relationship path is a relationship path, the same as anything. You didn't choose wrong. You were supposed to experience those relationships and learn what you did in those relationships to progress. When you get to the point of seeing why everything had to happen, and then realizing everything happens for a reason, and then you get to the point where that in the present moment you can still say that too, that this must be happening for a reason. I'll find out what the lesson is, you know? And then we can let life be what it is and appreciate it all. Even the lessons, even the tricky bits and the challenges. It's like, ooh, a challenge. This is like, seems like it's out of the flow, but I know it's exactly within the flow. Yeah? So stop telling yourself that things have gone wrong, because they haven't. We're not supposed to be able to go through life not having any challenges. We're supposed to be challenged, because the challenges help us to grow. It's like you don't go to school just to ace every test. You go to learn. You go to have harder tasks that you can't do. You know? It's like I do Muay Thai, right? I'm not a fighter. I just train. But if I was a fighter, right? If I decided that I wanted to actually pursue it as a sport, a competitive sport, which they really want me to do, but I will not. I'm not stupid. But if I were to do that, say, and if I was to say, look, I will do it, but only give me the people that are way weaker than me, some people, just give me beginners so I can always win. That, you know what they're going to say to me? No. Perhaps your first fight, yes, because we want you to do it again. But no. I even sound like the owner of the gym now. No, Claire, no. You're going to get an opponent. And if you keep on winning, we're going to give you a hard opponent so you lose. Because you're only going to get better by losing. It's important. I've got friends that have started fighting. The first couple of fights, yes, they'll be the victor. They'll be mad because it'll be an unfair match, really. And then when they start losing, it's like, this is going to get interesting. How, number one, the ego reacts to that, and if they will learn or if they'll just quit. Are they a quitter? Are you a quitter? Or are you going to learn? You haven't picked wrong in the past. You just haven't. And yes, perhaps it wasn't the best for you, and perhaps the lesson was to choose better. That could have been it, for sure. But don't let that fear just take that lesson and go, okay, I'm going to choose better for myself. Like, okay, what next? What next? What is my next learning? Or have I got to the point where I've learned all I need to learn to be in a really healthy relationship? You just never know, right? You just never know. We don't know. We've just got to be on that path, and we've got to be willing. What are your hopes? Your hopes are the Eight of Pentacles, to get back what it is that you're putting out. So the hard work that you've been putting in, both inner work and outer work too, like in relationships, you know, the stuff that you put into relationships, the love, the presence, it takes effort to be in a relationship, for sure. We've got to invest in it, right? And so all the investments that you make, getting a reward for that, you know, reciprocation. So, but it's also the inner work too, getting reciprocal energy. So let's get your outcome cards out. I'm going to get a progression of outcome cards and show you the first one. And there it is. But the rest of them I'm going to reveal in that deeper dive reading, the extended reading. And along with the cards that are back here as well, to give you more information, especially if someone pops up. Oh no, we've got someone popping up already. We've got the Two of Cups. It's all about somebody. Right, so let's get deeper into their energies then, and let's find out all about them, what's in their energies, stuff that they've got going on, what you need to know about them. Ooh, and messages from them. We'll get some stuff about you too. Your healing path and all of that. Expanding on a bit of what I've said already, what your next lessons could be about as well. Because sometimes it's good to do the inner work first, isn't it? Sometimes we just don't. Sometimes we can do the inner work like outside of a relationship so that we don't have to experience it in a relationship, so that we don't accrue even more baggage that we've got to get over. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, your outcome cards are out. And wow. What a story. Well, the first one is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is the card of like a new path opening up. Three of Wands is it's an anticipatory kind of a card where you've got the usual and you've got where you're at the moment, and you've got your usual path that you usually walk, and then there's like the opposite of that, but then there's like a new path, there's a new way opening up, a new path. And I think this is more a mindset thing for you guys, because that's what I've been going on about in this reading, is like you being more open to just seeing what it is. Like, what is in this? There's something in this. The universe wouldn't have brought them along, and you wouldn't have all of these amazing cards as well if there wasn't something in this, right? But it might not be what you wish it to be. And that's okay. It's still positive for you. Everything is for you, not against you. Anyway, that is what it is. It's the Three of Wands. So there's this anticipatory energy of the new path ahead. It's a new path ahead. This is good. In other words, this is saying that this isn't the same old, same old. The fears that you've got, the same thing. We all have that when we're getting into love or a new relationship. It's like, oh, is it going to be this old pain and this old pain and how someone else hurt me? We all have that, right? But this isn't. This is a new path. The Three of Wands, a new path. It's something new. So it's like your next lesson or your next experience of a healthy relationship, healthier than you've ever had before. If you want to find out what comes after that, then you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If that sounds like it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check in those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the flower on your device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into the prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. So good luck with that. As we'll get in that deeper dive read as well, that'll get you an entry into that second prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. And if you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I will see you in there very shortly. So if you chose the shell along with the Tarot of Mystical Moments, and this one's for you, let's give you a full Celtic Cross tarot spread for your love life and see what's going on. Now, as usual, Shell says going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. So toward the end, I'll be popping a link for it up there, and there's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So your cards are flying out. Let's get straight into your reading. And what is this reading all about? It's about Page of Swords, and it's about temperance. Okay, so you got someone with their eye on you. Someone's watching you. But temperance, they're biding their time. They're taking the time. They are perhaps even holding themselves away from you. This Page of Swords, not only is it someone that's got their eye on you, but they're on a pile of books too, and they've got a different perspective. So there's something delaying them. There's something causing them to be wary, perhaps, might not be the right word, but careful about this one. Okay, so what is hindering you in all of this? What's holding you back? What is crossing you? The Three of Pentacles. Plans together, being on the same page, perhaps plans for life. Perhaps not being compatible in that kind of way, not headed in the same direction. There's an element here of kind of not fitting together properly. So someone's got their eye on you, probably got feelings for you, but something is holding them away from you. So they're tempering themselves, they're squishing those feelings down. Because Three of Pentacles, the collaboration that is the power of you two. perhaps just doesn't look like it's going to work out, because I'm just getting with that Three of Pentacles, like you might not be on the same page, you know, different lifestyles or different, there's just something that doesn't make it mesh together right. Okay, what's on the surface of this? How do things appear on the surface? Surface level, Ace of Swords, like you want to start this, like it's a good idea to start this. So both of you are like, probably got feelings, well they have. I don't know whether you're looking at this person too, whether this is mutual or what, but it's definitely from the person's perspective. Ace of Swords. Yeah, it's looking like they want to start things. But what's really behind that? It's like someone that's second guessing themselves, this. It's interesting, this reading's not about you, it's about them. The Emperor. Oh, the female version of the Emperor. So this is your energy. And when we get the female Emperor, or the female any of the kings really, the message is, the kind of message that it is you being more in your masculine energy. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. When you're by yourself, you need to be in your masculine energy, and both feminine and masculine energies for sure, to provide for yourself and all of that kind of thing. Perhaps you're out masculining them. That's not a bad thing either. It just means that your person isn't, yeah, perhaps you're doing the masculine role better than they could. In other words, if they were to come into your life, that wouldn't be a match, would it? That wouldn't gel together, because if you drop the masculine aspect of it, and they bring the masculine game, it's not up to par with yours, so you'd be diminished by this. And that's probably what's holding them back. There is definitely something, like a mismatch energy with that Three of Pentacles, like it doesn't gel, so it's like they want to go there, but deep down they know that it ain't gonna last, even if they do. And with that Temperance card, it feels like they don't want to mess it up. Perhaps you're working with each other, or you're in some kind of a social situation where if you went there, it could cause problems. Do you know what I mean? It's like if they just know that it's not going to work anyway, and so then there might be bad feeling afterward, and you still have to work with each other, or you still have to, you've still got the same friendship groups, and it could be something like that. But yeah, you outdo them where the masculine aspect is, and I'm not saying that for you to diminish that at all. I'm just asking you to look for someone who the masculine game is at least on par with yours, if not more, probably more. They should be doing the masculine stuff better than you, huh? Don't you think? I do. So recent past energies. Seven of Pentacles. You invested something. Well, they invested something. Seven of Pentacles, an investment was made. So something was put into this, getting to know each other, or perhaps going on a date. Is this someone that's like you went on a date with and then they've kind of pulled back and they're looking at you from afar? It could be a situation like that, but an investment has been made. Seven of Pentacles. What's coming in the near future? Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is the player energy, and this is what I was afraid of, or kind of expecting, is that if this person were to throw caution to the wind, knowing what they know, that this isn't really a match, they could just come in as a player, to play, just to have some fun, to enjoy whatever it is, rather than to be serious. And if that's what you want, cool. This is, well, let's have some fun anyway. We're not right for each other, but let's have some fun anyway. And now, if you are the kind of person that when someone says that to you, you still hold hope and you think, can make it into something right. They're saying that now, but they're acting like they're falling in love. And, if you don't take them at face value, then you're going to get a hard lesson from that. Take them at their word if they say that. Or if they're really out of integrity, they're going to play here and pretend to be wanting something solid. Even worse. King of Swords. This reading is also about clarity. King of Swords. This is about you having clarity about this situation. Some of you need to have clarity on this situation to see that they are not a masculine that will add to your life. If you would I'm not suggesting that you do drop all of your masculine roles, like give up on your career and your business and don't provide for yourself anymore. Don't, don't do that. But if you were to do that, if you were to go into your complete feminine and they were to be in the complete masculine, which I don't think makes for a healthy relationship, I think there needs to be a good balance. But let's just say that they will err more on the side of the masculine and you err more on the side of the feminine, if that's the case. Then, yeah, if they come in like that, and your life will get worse because they can't do as good a job as you at providing, or fixing things, or taking responsibility for the household, then this is going to take you down. You don't want that. You want someone to add to your life, not someone that drains your life. So some of you just need to kind of see that. You need to look at this more clearly. What are your fears? 8 of Pentacles. Your fears are receiving back from what you can put into something. So your investments, can you even receive back? You guys, you might be so successful that there are a few people that are more successful than you. Well, there are a lot, in fact, that are more successful than you, let's face it. But perhaps you're not trying to get into a relationship with them. Perhaps you're in a small town or something. You're trying to get into a relationship with the ones that are actually there with you. Or on a small island like I am. And so your fears are you're not going to get back. Like, the fears are that you need to settle, really. That you need to settle for loss in a relationship. No, you don't. No, you don't. You're just looking in the wrong places. You're not considering the right options. What are your hopes? 4 of Wands, marriage. Okay, so you're wanting long term. You're wanting someone to build something with, someone that wants to settle down, someone that wants something solid. You don't have it in this person. Okay, so let's get your outcome cards out. Well, that's pretty straightforward reading. So you're going to get a twist on the end of it here. Let's see. Now, I'll be revealing the first outcome card because I'm going to get a progression of them out for the full story. I'm going to reveal the first outcome card in this reading, but the rest of them, I'm going 6 or so. I'm going to be revealing in the deeper dive read, that extended reading. I'll also be picking cards out in that deeper dive of these decks back here to give you guidance, to tap into anybody's energy that's in this reading. Ooh. The person that we're talking about here, and, well, we've tapped into their energy pretty good. Oh, and the other person that you've got coming in here as well. Let's get into their energy. Wow. Okay. Get timings out too. Next. A man. Huh. Wow, what a story. Okay. You've got quite soap opera going on here. Could even be 3 people involved here. Coming in for you. Okay, first card out is the Moon card. The Moon card is the unknown. It's being in that unknown. It's being comfortable in the unknown. It's about being... It's like waiting and seeing. It's the... You know, in the moonlight, it's not like the sunlight. The sunlight makes everything clear. You can see what everything is, right? But in the moonlight, not so. And it's a place of confusion, a place of perhaps secrets of not knowing and confusion. And it's not a comfortable place to be because we want to know, right? We want to predict and we want to know because then we feel safe. But the unknown is in fact the place where every possibility exists. And the known, if you kind of know what path you're on, there's only a few possibilities there because you're restricting it down like with blinkers on. The unknown is actually a very good place to be, but it doesn't feel good to us because our feelings are our nervous system, and our nervous system is trying to protect us and keep us alive. So our nervous system is about our fears, right? It doesn't feel good to us, but it is actually the best place to be. So the unknown card being your first card out. So about this situation, like, why did this person even come into your life if it's not meant to be? Well, unknown, that is being open to, we'll see what comes from this, or what comes next, or what I'm learning from this, or whatever. And what you're learning from it could be this Knight of Wands approach. I mean, they could come in at that, and that could be what you're learning, is how to spot that and stay on path for your Four of Wands energy, not hoping that Knight of Wands energy will turn into the Four of Wands energy. It won't. It won't. People have intentions. When somebody is ready for a long-term relationship, they know it. So don't go entertaining those that aren't, because you know when they're not. I think this relationship is a no-go. But you do have more coming in if you surrender to that unknown, which is a really good place to be. I'm telling you, it's a really good place to be. So if that sounds like it is your story, could be a story, you want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. In the deeper dive, as I said, I'm going to go into guidance for you in this situation. I'm going to get into these people's energies because you've got a few, I think, coming up here. It's quite the story. If you want to find out what that story is, get that deeper dive, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box below as well, and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because if you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the shell on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device and it will. And so thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new, of course, and leaving a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me, as we'll get in that deeper dive as well. That'll get you entered into the second draw at the end of the month for a free reading with me, on the start of next month, in fact. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read for even more, then I'll see you in there very shortly.